So whether it's brats or toasted ravioli, it's been a feast for all.
Especially this umpire crew. Last time on Close Call Sports.
Bradish with a two-seamer to the inside edge.
Strike 3 to Lars Nootbaar prompted his delayed ejection.
Somebody's just been thrown out of the Cardinal dugout. It's Lars Nootbaar who just struck out.
But for Ollie Marmol, the trouble will continue the next day. We begin in left field with Dylan Carlson.
That one rifled toward left, coming on hard and sliding, and was it caught? Was it caught? The umps are looking at each other. That's a near impossible call for the umpires to make.
The crew gets together and rules.
It definitely hit the grass, yes.
So the umpires will come together and they will give Adley Rutschman a base hit. And now Ollie Marmol wants an explanation.
I thought that I saw Mike Estabrook say out.
So did Ollie, and that's what he's arguing. So let's go over the rules. First about umpire coverage, because the broadcast mentioned...
Was it caught? The umps are looking at each other.
And by the way, St. Louis is already considering a challenge. With no runners on, umpires are in default positions, first and third on the line, and the second base umpire grazing in the outfield. Ah, toasted ravioli. So if...
I thought that I saw Mike Estabrook say out.
Then that's an out call being made from third base. Remember, Mike ejected in Nootbaar yesterday. But with none on, whose call is this? The mechanics manual states a left fielder ranging towards center is to be called by the second base umpire. There's your diagram. The second base umpire on this play is Lars Diaz.
So Ollie's saying if the call is out, then why is there no review here?
A few reasons. One, it's not Mike Estabrook third base umpire's call, it's Laz's. And the crew gets together, which crews are allowed to do at any time on these plays, to discuss what happened. And if there are conflicting decisions, let's say Mike had something and Laz had something else, the crew chief, that's Lars Diaz, designated by the office of the commissioner, will make the final call.
I think Laz is trying to tell Ollie it's my call, and he says, how is it your call? He was out there.
Sorry, Ollie. It is the second base umpire's call. If Estabrook called an out, I have no idea why. Well, actually I do, but I'm going to keep that as a private nugget for our premium members on the Discord server. Join us.
Now you're supposed to have 15 seconds to challenge a play.
That's another potential issue. Normally you'd have 15 seconds from the hold at the end of play, but of course the crew conference is here, so the 15-second clock doesn't start until Laz comes out of it with a safe sign. Then asks Ollie, are you going to challenge? And when Ollie doesn't challenge but argues the mechanics issue, instead he loses his opportunity because the 15 seconds expires. That's how it should happen, at least by book.
The Cardinals are saying is at the very least you have to force the Orioles to consider using a challenge or not.
Sorry, that's literally not the rule. Don't worry, Ollie, you'll have a chance to argue later. By the way, the funny thing, of course, had a runner been on base, this would be Estabrook's call.
And a strike.
Lars Nootbaar is having himself a series with this strike zone.
Papa Bell.
Generous outside corner. It's a ball and two strikes.
Just want to point out that our proposed challenge system would fix all of these because they're outside margin of error.
Wants it there again, and...
If you're Baltimore, why not? You're getting the calls. After a foul ball on the edge of the plate.
And Nootbaar stays alive.
And called strike three.
He's not wrong. All three called strikes were out of the zone by about a Nootbaar. Here they are together.
I don't know how you don't swing at that. This ball stayed in the zone a long time.
Well, that's certainly an interesting take. Much like the last Nootbaar ejection, it took 2 pitches into Goldschmidt's at bat for Ollie to get fired up. Are they eye-padding?
Goldschmidt. Yeah. Inside the corner, so this is a pretty wide zone from Charlie Ramos today.
Ramos says stop.
Uh-oh, there we go. Yeah.
Marmol says you're bad and gets thrown out.
And Ollie just got tossed arguing balls and strikes.
It's after the second pitch to Goldschmidt today. It appears Ollie Marmol says you missed 3.
I mean, he's not wrong. All 3 were outside margin, although the Goldie pitch was within margin. Anywho, Ollie and Laz show up at like the same time.
I understand that Laz is the crew chief here, but this is the man making the bad calls. Might as well let him talk it out with him first.
Some umpires would love a crew chief like this. Ollie has his players back, and similarly, Laz has his crewmates back too.
Charlie Ramos behind the plate wants nothing to do with Ollie Marmol.
Yeah, Charlie didn't want any part of that. Laz Diaz, the crew chief, completely took over.
He might want to run somebody else.
We're good. We're done. We're good.